Hi, okay, so my client is a female and she's 125 pounds and she will be running in a marathon in less than 3 weeks. So, my advice for her as her trainer would be that her training should increase in distance, especially the last 3 weeks. So, I don't know how big of a week program she's been doing, but it's been increasing in distance, obviously, because the marathon is 26.2 miles, and at the end of the third week, or 3 weeks before, she should be running her longest, her training her longest. So I would recommend it being 20 miles, and do the longest race, making sure that she's running at a normal pace, that she will be running at in her marathon. If she kind of slows her pace down or speeds it up, then it might mess up her marathon, and making her body feel sluggish and stuff. So definitely 3 weeks, into 3 weeks until the marathon, she's going to want to do her long race, and then after that she's going to want to keep reducing in miles. So 20 miles, and then probably the next week, exactly a week after, you're going to want to be down to 10 already, and then maybe down to 8 the next week. Just gradually, but making sure you're running at a normal pace, which is 6 to 7 minutes, they say, on average. So now for eating and carb loading, you're going to want to start that 1 week prior to the race. So first you're just going to want to ease into it. You're going to want to just eat a few more snacks throughout the day, the first couple days, and then especially the last 2 days, you really want to focus on your carb loading. You want to have 3.6 to 5.5 grams per body weight of carbs a day. So for her, she's 125 pounds. She would want 450 carbs to 690 carbs each day prior to her race, the last 2 days, which is about double the amount of carbs she would normally be consuming on a regular day. One easy way to increase your carbs would be to just eat complex carbs like bread, pasta, rice, cereal, potatoes, things like that. But to keep in mind that there are healthier foods, good carbs, that you can eat as well, to get to your max carbs. So now your glycemic index, the highest possible is 100, and you do not want it at 100. So it basically is how steady your blood sugar is. So let's say you eat a candy bar. Your glycemic index, your blood sugar is going to go up because of all the sugar in the candy bar, and then after a while, it's just your blood sugar is going to fall because all the sugar will be used up and everything. So especially for marathon running, it's very important that you have a steady blood sugar. You're going to want it real steady, so you want to make sure that you're getting enough carbs 2 to 3 weeks before your race to make sure that your body can kind of stay at homeostasis, which is very important throughout the race because it is very long. So one way to do that is to eat, like I said, carbs. Eat a consistent amount of carbs each day. You want to make sure you eat your meals at the same time. So you're going to want a breakfast, you're going to want a snack before your lunch, then you're going to want a lunch. You're going to want 1 to 2 snacks after your lunch, so at like 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, or else just one at 3 o'clock, and then you're going to want to eat supper or dinner at the same time every day, and also have a snack before you go to bed. That's also an easy way to increase your carb intake because you're eating more at more times a day, so just eating snacks with higher carbs. So one easy way to think of this is you have your meal. You have a potato, you have steak, and vegetables, and maybe a little bit of fruit. So it is just about double the amount of carbs you want. So I wouldn't double everything, but if you double some of your portions, like eat 2 potatoes and eat just a larger steak, and eat probably double the amount of veggies and double the amount of fruit, just to double the amount of carbs. That's basically what you're going to want. It might be hard for some people because it is a lot of food, so that's why the eating 5 to 6 little meals a day, or bigger meals in this case, would be beneficial for you if that's the case. One thing that she had concerned was not the carb loading if it has any negative effects, and it does have a few. If it's not done correctly, that would be if you overeat, you would feel sluggish and slow in your marathon. Also, if you don't get enough carbs, that can also be harmful with your carb loading. If you it wouldn't happen if you were carb loading, but if you're not carb loading and not getting enough energy and carbs before your marathon, especially the last 2 days, you will get fatigue. Your mile times will slow down as you go on. You will not be able to finish the race as fast as you anticipated or you had been training for. Also, if you have too many carbs, you can feel sluggish and stuff, so it's important to make sure that you're getting the right amount. And for her, like I said, she's 125 pounds female. She's going to want 450 carbs to 690 carbs the last 2 days before her race to be successful in that. And there is kind of a big difference, 450 to 690. So it is kind of up to her. If she's always kind of ate a lot of carbs, maybe go up more towards the 600s. And if she's not used to eating a lot of carbs, maybe stay at the 450 and just make sure that you're staying hydrated. That's also very important. Drinking, you're going to want to drink water with every meal. Before, you may want to drink some type of like Gatorade or Powerade, but you have to be careful. You might want like a Powerade Zero because you do want your glycemic index to stay steady. So by drinking Powerade or Gatorade, there's sugar in it. It can increase that, which then will make your blood sugar drop. So you don't want that. But like a Powerade Zero or something, there's other like alternatives that don't have a lot of sugar in, or any sugar for that matter, that you want to drink. You really want to make sure you're hydrated, especially 2 to 3 weeks. You want to start really drinking lots of water, just getting yourself hydrated for the race, especially with eating more carbs. Eating more, you're going to have to drink more water to keep yourself hydrated. Also, during the race, eating, you may need a snack, a couple snacks. You don't want snacks high in sugar. You don't want drinks high in sugar during the race. Some people may think you do, but you do not, because you do want to keep your glycemic index at a steady race. So I think if she follows most of these guidelines, she will be very successful.